My name is Madeline McKeever and we're here on the farm in Arda, which is on the Turkhead Peninsula in West Cork. The farm is about 30 acres. Essentially on this side of the road we have about 10 acres of grass, and on the other side of the road we have about 11 acres of broadleaf forestry, and then up the lane we have another bit of forestry, and then there are various bits of habitat. We planted the forestry in 2005 because, well, I got tired trying to keep cattle to stay in it because there was not enough soil to bang in a fence post, and the writing was on the wall for beef anyway, small beef producers. So I thought trees would be a better bet, and I've really enjoyed having them. We got involved in starting the farmers market in Skibbereen, so I started bringing in a few bits of veg. And it came February one year and I hadn't really much veg to bring, and I thought maybe, well, I have some peas and beans that I'd collected seeds of. I thought maybe I'd bring them in. And that's where it started with the seeds. Well, Brown Envelope Seeds is a business where we grow and sell the seeds of ordinary vegetables, peas and beans and onions and carrots and as many things as we can.
I'm Holly Cairns and I was born on the farm here in West Cork. When I did my master's research, I actually did research in relation to the importance of locally adapted seed, and I think we all know instinctively that when you sow a seed that's been saved in that exact area, in that exact climate, in those weather conditions, it will grow better than a seed that's been imported from abroad. But there was no actual evidence to show that. And the results were just fascinating. There was a threefold increase in yield from the adaptation of the plant, so it goes to show how quickly plants do adapt. And I suppose crucially, one of the reasons that we do this and save seed is that we need that genetic diversity in the face of changing climates.
This is the tunnel that was more planted up in the autumn, so we have different things. We've got leeks here going to seed. We've got beetroots here, that's a beetroot going to seed. We've got some peas that overwintered in here and they're kind of finished now really. Over here we've got lettuce that has flowered, and you can see it's a bit like a dandelion. In the back here we've got loads of turnips going to seed. I don't know how I'm going to get them out, but I'll just break off a little bit here to show you. These are white turnip seeds, and you can kind of see the seeds inside the pods there now. They're nearly ripe. If you buy an onion these days in the supermarket, it doesn't make you cry anymore, does it? When you're chopping them up? No. Because they're bred for size and storability and things like that. They're not bred for onioniness. So these Ailsa Craigs will make you cry when you're cutting them, which makes me think that they're actually got more essential onionness in them. We have an Irish bred onion called the Bowen onion, which is better keeper. That was bred by an Irish breeder only in the 60s. And he actually had it put into the Vavilov Institute, which is a seed bank in Russia, where the Irish seed savers got it out again, because there seems to have been no keeping of an Irish seed bank properly in Ireland ever. And we hear about people in kind of South America losing their indigenous seeds. Sure, we didn't even know we had them, if you know what I mean. They were gone before we knew we had them.
My name's Mike. I met Madeleine about 13 years ago. I've been here since. I do quite a bit of work in the forestry. The final harvest of this forestry will be oak. And here we have a group of oaks. And over time, the weaker ones will be taken out. And at the same time, the alder around will be nursing up the oaks. So as time goes by, the alder will be thinned, the oak will be thinned, and we'll end up with an oak forest when we're long gone. When I came here about 13 years ago, the trees were like this, and I think I always imagined a forest would take lifetimes to grow, and okay, it's not a huge forest, but you know, it's coming on.
Well, we're walking through the forestry now to the very far end of the farm, where we have a little field which we didn't plant in trees, and we grow more vegetables and crops up there because it's far enough away from the tunnels so things wouldn't cross-pollinate. So we've got like some different cereals in here, like this is a UK spring wheat, which is supposed to be quite a good bread making wheat, but it's also quite tall. And then we've got sonas, which is an Irish heritage oat. And this final rather sad looking row here is some bare barley. Bare barley is a particular interest of mine. It's a very early short season barley, and it's very nutritious and high in protein. So it could be something that could be useful in the future if we had even shorter seasons to grow cereals here. Especially looking at this year, we are looking at shorter seasons here, shorter, cooler seasons for the time being before we really get cooked. While the ice in the North Atlantic is melting, we're looking at cold springs, and we need short season varieties of cereals to cope with that. We could be developing an agriculture which was more plant-based. I'm not saying everyone should be vegetarian, but I think we need to be growing a lot more of our own plant-based foods in Ireland.